Hey everybody, it's Dark Guards, and we're back with another tip of the day. This one's going to be kind of short because one, I'm in a multiplayer game of Stellaris, so I don't have a huge amount of time to spend away from the game. And then two, this is a topic that doesn't really need a lot of explanation because there's not a lot to talk about it, but it is kind of controversial. So what you'll see a lot of people do when it comes to programming in general is you'll ask, what is the best anything? The best library, the best tool, the best framework, the best integrated development environment, the best operating system. And they'll always argue, and they'll argue over and over again about what they like, about what they don't like, about what people should use, about what people shouldn't use, why you shouldn't use this, why you should use this. And they'll go back and forth arguing over again. But what a lot of people have a tendency to forget, specifically the people that do argue this, is that the tool doesn't matter as much as what you actually use the tool for and what you are actually building. Now, for context, I am a fan of IntelliJ, which is one of the Java IDEs for actually programming in Java. It's what you guys will see me use in every single video. This is IntelliJ. But most people don't realize is that I do actually have Eclipse installed. I actually do use Eclipse almost every single time I get. And I have NetBeans installed, which is another Java integrated development environment. I actually will use all of these different tools, and let me go ahead and open them all up because I kind of want to make a point with comparison between all of them, is that for the most part, all of these tools are just an overly exaggerated notepad with a little bit of help in system. Now, ignore the colors because you can get dark themes for every single one of these. I don't have one for Eclipse because every time I reinstall this, it uninstalls. But you see Eclipse here. It's got a package manager. This has got a package manager, text window, tabs, all the same options. These two tools are almost identical, but you'll see people argue over and over and over again on what is better. And you flip over here to NetBeans, which almost nobody knows about, and when it comes to modding, but is another example of a tool that looks almost exactly the same, that offers very similar options. This one even has a better feature, is that I could actually load all of my projects up on the right here and switch between them actively without actually reloading or switching workspace. When you come over here to Eclipse, you have to actually open a new project, and the same with IntelliJ, you have to actually open new projects. So on that context, you might be able to say NetBeans would be better, but it isn't. None of these tools is better than the other tool because none of these tools actually has the ability to say that it has more features than the other, because one system has a better feature, another system has a better feature, and so on and so on. But it doesn't matter because it comes down to the concept that each of these tools is cool and good, but it matters how you use the tool. One of the contexts I can give is I can hand you 6 different hammers, and each of those hammers can be a little bit different than each one, and you will swing all 6 hammers and miss the same nail 1,000 times. But you may find one hammer that you miss maybe 999 times. Is that hammer necessarily better? No, it just means you may have got a little bit better at not hitting your fingers when hitting the nail. Really bad analogy, but trying to find a way to kind of give a good example of what I'm really talking about is that people will get a little too focused on the tools, a little too focused on libraries, a little too focused on what methodologies to use, and they haven't stopped to ask themselves, like, why am I using this? Why do I care? And is this tool something I like to actually use, or am I using this tool because I was told it was better than somebody else's? And completely forgetting, while doing all this, that the tool is just there to help you make what you want to make. So if you're making a really cool mod, pick a tool, use it. You can use IntelliJ, you can use Eclipse, you can use NetBeans. You're making a website, pick another one. Personally, I like NetBeans for making websites. It's actually really good at that. It's almost specifically designed for that. I like to use Eclipse for making patches for mods. Like if I want to go fix mods, for example, I use this almost always. You can see where I'm patching Hawkeye in here, which is an old system. I haven't actually done that in a while. And then I do all my main development and IntelliJ, but you'll find people that do the complete opposite. They'll use IntelliJ to write patches. They'll use Eclipse to write their main code. They'll use NetBeans to maybe do some AI project. I have seen people do that. And each person you ask will have a different reason why they use it, and you'll start to learn after you've asked a ton of people that it doesn't really matter which you actually use, as long as you pick one that you enjoy, that you're good at using, and that you can do productive work and build the vision that you actually have or the project that you have, and so on and so on. Anyways, I'll go ahead and leave it off here as I'm pretty much getting off tangent on how to describe this. Hopefully next time we come back here I have a little bit better system and really quickly show off Stellaris, since this has been the background. I was planning on using this as a backdrop for the video and I completely forgot about it, but I'm hoping one of these days we can start showing videos of this. Why? Because we have been doing this almost all the time. Anyways, I will see you guys here later.